Okay, so right now it's about 7:11 a.m. and I want to make sure that I am committed to doing things right when I am in the energy to do it and not waiting and saving for later. So I wanted to talk about the cusp energy right now, especially because it's about to be out of the cusp. The moon already moves really fast. And so when it comes to that 5 degree orbs, you got that 5 degree orb, 28, 29, 012. It's like you gotta catch it when you can, you know? So right now it's at about 2 degrees and it's on the cusp of Aquarius and Pisces. So the moon was just in Aquarius, it's on the cusp of Aquarius, and now it's entering Pisces once it gets to that 3rd degree. So I wanted to talk about someone who I love that's an artist that has this alignment of Capricorn Sun, Pisces Moon, and that is Jean-Michel Basquiat. And I came in this direction because I seen some signs with his art. I don't know if it was like him himself or if it was just like some honorary art, people honoring him, but also this area that I live in is also like I could see him actually coming to this environment and visiting this environment and painting on these specific walls in this area. Um, like I feel like this would be a really comfortable area for him. And I know that from the outside looking in, depending on who you are, this could just seem like an area that, is like run down or just has like a lot of drugs and stuff like that. But regardless, none of that really matters right now. That's not what I'm here really to talk about. But I can lightly talk about it because when it comes to that cloud cusp, when Aquarius and Pisces come together, it creates a cloud, right? And the cloud is the foggy cloud, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but it's really the creative cloud, right? So when you look into the sky and it's that particular day where you can see so many different shapes and you can see like stories and you can see hearts and you can see patterns and you can see um, it's damn near like you are reading like a comic book or something when you look up into the sky and it's like, that's like all you want to pay attention to for like a moment of time and you're just like fixated in that or whatever. So Aquarius is fixated and Pisces is mutable. So it's the fixed and the mutable elements coming together. And Jean-Michel Basquiat was a cusp sun at 0 degrees Capricorn and also a Pisces moon at 0 degrees Capricorn. So, as I stated, Pisces moon is the creative cloud cusp, so he enjoyed being in the clouds. He enjoyed, you know, getting real high. That's the out of the cloud cusp, that's the one that likes to be high the most. You know what I'm saying? And enjoys being up there, you know? And also too, as I explained about like it being the cloud cusp that's creative and an example of that is when you can look up in the sky and see the clouds and you're able to make out so many different images and you know just like so many different pictures or whatever. We know that cloud can also be represented in other ways too. So there's like the sunny day cloud where it's really bright outside and the cloud is out but it's not dark, it's not about to rain. And then there is the cloud that's real dark and it looks like it's about to rain and it's like a thunderstorm. And you know it's the cloud where there might be clouds in separate areas where there's a lot of space in between but there isn't as much clouds I kind of feel like it's very similar to how the sky is right now, where it's like you can't really see that many clouds or whatever, but if you look in the right place, it'll be like specifically there. If I'm not mistaken, there was another same old art piece somewhere close to where I am at right now, but it might have already been painted over, but I know there's one by Burger King, so that's where I'm gonna go next, as I talk about this particular alignment. So yeah, Pisces moon is the most creative moon sign. Pisces is the most creative ever of all time, and as I stated, I feel like Jean-Michel Basquiat had a lot of influence in this area. Even if he didn't ever come to this specific area, I feel like a lot of people like respected him and really fucked with his art even years and years later, because he was born the same year as my mom, and my mom is like 61, I believe, and Jean-Michel Basquiat was born December 22nd, 1960. So, I guess it kind of seems old to me because I'm only 28, but yeah, his art is still very influential, I feel like. And I learned about him when I was living in I'm not sure where I was living at the time. I know for sure it was the United States, but I'm not sure exactly where in the United States I first learned about him. But he is my favorite artist, as far as like in historical times, like things that you can look up and research, like artists that are not like alive anymore and stuff like that. His art is very, very unique, and I like how intentional he was about the art that he displayed. Burger King is actually the other way, but for me to instantly go this way, I'm sure it's for a reason. So when I get to the end of this block, I'm gonna make a right, and then I'm gonna just come down the other street that's on the side. But yeah, so and I'm not really a person that really like studies like historical artists and books and knows a lot about like what's that one, what's his name, Michelangelo and shit. Like I don't know many facts and stuff about like a lot of different artists. It was just that Jean-Michel Basquiat, he just has stuck out to me the most, because I never seen art like what he did, and I like the way he does art. And I'm just really talking about like things that I've learned and I've seen from movies and documentaries, and his family talking about him, and like the the reenactment movies and stuff, and interviews he had and stuff. And one of the documentaries, it's in one of the documentaries, which I feel like is very representative of just the Pisces Aquarius cusp, is like he was sitting at a table, right, and he had poured some syrup on the table, and he was making art just like on the table. Like I like how he yeah, I'm gonna go down this way and I'm gonna make a right. I think there might be a same old painting down this way, but yeah, like I like how he utilized his surroundings to make art, and he didn't necessarily, even though I think he did go to like an actual art high school and stuff like that, and his mom kind of invested in him actually doing art. He was the type of artist that he just utilized his surroundings. It didn't matter really if his mom supported him or if his mom took him to museums and shit like that. Even though it was like an influence, I feel like he would have been into art regardless. Like that's the kind of art he does, I feel like. Okay, so this is the alley I wanted to go down because I thought maybe his art was here. But I mean, even if I don't see specifically Samo, that particular thing, it doesn't mean that, like, he could have walked down this very alley, and and it's not even just about the physical body of that person, because you know I feel like his art is so influential, and I don't think it's something that can be like copied in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Like, I don't think he has the type of art that you can mimic, and that's why I really love his art, and that's also really why I love abstract art just in general, because it's not something that you can copy. It's not something that you can mimic. It's not something like you could Google and you could YouTube how to draw this shape, how to draw this item, how to draw this vehicle, how to draw a picture of this and that. But when it comes to certain abstract art, especially, it's so detailed, it's so intricate, it's so like, it's to the point where even that artist themselves might not even be able to recapture that same thing that they did. And so, like, even this right here, like, this might look like something that's like, it might not look like it's art anymore. It might just look like, damn, like, that's dirt, like, you could barely even tell and stuff. But like, to someone like Jean-Michel Basquiat looking at this, it's like, and even me as an artist, like, it's like I like the in between parts and pieces where I can outline and draw, like, you know but yeah, I really like this alley too. Like, there's another alley I went through that's around the corner from here, but I really, really like this alley, and I like it a lot more because um it's not as long, it's not as many people coming through here, it's not as much going on. But the way I see it, it's like, I don't always be having a lot of words for things. And that is also why I do art. It's why I love to do art. That's why I can, just like sing a certain rhythm, sing a certain riff, sing a certain melody, and it can get close to whatever words I might be trying to say. But yeah, I love abstract art. I love art where you look at it and you're just like, what the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like how you could wake up every day and just look around at the world and just be like, what the fuck is that? And you seeing it from like new eyes instead of being indoctrinated or carrying on whatever was happening, whatever was going on from the present day. Actually, there is some more art that's in this direction that that I remember seeing when I was looking for an apartment. And I believe it's like to the left and then to the right from here. And I mean, part of me is looking for like the exact same, like his stamp, like his particular brand. But then another part of me is like, it's not necessarily about that specific, because it's like you could look at Samo, like, okay, that's Jean-Michel Basquiat. But like, his art was so more expansive and so much more unique, and I feel like there could be some art where it's just like, you might not even know that that was something that he did, whereas because it's like he chose to draw like what a little kid would draw, like he chose to draw like that. And I love that, what I'm saying? Like, I love that type of concept where it's like, where you can't tell the age of the person who, is drawing it. Like, you don't know if they're 3 years old, 6 years old, or 9 years old, drawing it. And I feel the same way about like my art and stuff. And so, like, as I said, I don't really like look up to certain artists, not really study them, and I don't feel like too much influenced by them. But like, if I was in school, if I was in art school or something like that, and I had a project, if I had a book report or anything, I would choose Jean-Michel Basquiat to do it, and I would really enjoy that book report, and I would put my heart into it, and and that would be one of the projects where I would take really, really serious, like, where it's like, this is a legend, like Samo is a motherfucking legend. But anyway, I'm gonna take this right here. I don't know if I've been up this street before, but that don't really matter. I know that this way leads to Burger King, almost in a way, which by Burger King I know is like a Samo sign piece, legendary. His stamp, his label, his brand. But like I said, he was so much more than Samo. Like, he wasn't really the same. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so also too, when it comes to the Pisces and Aquarius cusp, right? It's like Aquarius is about like associations and stuff like that. And he was organizing his creative cusp. He was organizing his creative attributes, and him organizing them, it's like he was able to connect and know a lot of people. He's like literally one of the most like his paintings were worth millions and billions and trillions of dollars, even still into this day. You know what I'm saying? And although a lot of his art, you can be like, yeah, that's a Jean-Michel Basquiat piece. Like, that's something he did. It's very, very distinct. But at the same time, his art was so expansive that, it's some stuff where you wouldn't necessarily, oh, here goes Samo. Look. See, he's just so influential. And like, part of me is like, oh yeah, because he was Puerto Rican, and that does matter to an extent. You know what I'm saying? Samo again. But at the same time, like, and I always say it's about the spirit and the body of that person, and we just utilizing these bodies. He was just using his body. This is a beautiful color. This is a beautiful ass color. But yeah, like, it's about the spirit and the body. He was just very, 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 very creative, very, very powerful, very, very influential. I wonder if his family, because if his family is from Puerto Rico, I wonder if they're from Rio Piedra. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe that could be a reason why his art and his influence is so like dominant in this area and still continues even to this day. Like, I really wonder. But I know for sure there is one towards Burger King. But I did also come out here because I wanted to go to the store. I want to get some popcorn. I want to get some Nutella. I low-key want to get some peanut butter, like just random shit. But yeah, and I wonder, like, and if he is from this area, it just makes so much sense because the art in this area is so beautiful and it's so unique, and like the vibe, it's like it is like him, like, like his personality, just like how he was as a person, how he was as an artist. Here go an art store right here. Like, it's just so much art, but at the same time, it's the type of art where it's like, you gotta know how to see it. You gotta, have them eyes. You get what I'm saying? Like, not everybody has them eyes. And I don't mean to say that people should have the same kind of eyes. I just mean that, open-minded type of eyes where you willing to see things from different perspectives. And sometimes that could mean, like, when you're doing a different stance, like from this angle, for instance, like I'm crouched down right now and I got it angled up. different angles, like different perspectives, like you could show like this angle, you know what I'm saying? You could show this angle, and you could also walk differently. Like you can move at the same time, going from one side, 1, 2, 3 steps, and then you can start to move in the other direction. You know what I'm saying? Like angling your camera is a lot like modeling, you know? Ooh. But like this area, Rio Piedra in general, is like one of the most creative places I have ever seen in my life. You know, like just for the art alone and the creative art, and it's so crazy because it's people that I see on a regular basis, and it seems like they're occupied with other things. It seems like they be in a rush and they be kind of trying to hurry up and get certain things, get certain products, get certain substances. But I wonder how many of them are the ones that are actually painting this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, here goes some same old right here. You get what I'm saying? Happy flight day to same old. Happy flight day. I know it's not December 22nd, but as I've stated throughout this video, it is the sun in Capricorn, Pisces moon, and it's specifically his Pisces moon cusp right now. You know what I'm saying? And so we're just going to focus on this art. Shout out to Medusa. That's my little sister brand for her nails. Medusa, Maya Medusa. But yeah. So I'm going to go back out through this way. I'm going to make a right. I'm going to go down. I'm going to go towards the other same old sign. And, and I feel like sometimes if you want to talk about astrology, it's like you can talk about astrology, but also like I feel like I'm still talking about the alignments and I'm still talking about astrology just based like this specific sun in Capricorn, Pisces moon astrology, just by doing what I'm doing right now. Like just by me waking up, getting in the energy of just like this is what I feel like doing and doing it, going outside, walking around with my camera, seeing things from different angles, me associating myself with Jean-Michel Basquiat and seeing his influence in different areas and organizing in that way, me being fixated and like, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm on, this is me walking around, me being mutable, you know what I'm saying? I feel like when it comes to just videography in general, like I feel like that is automatically mutable, but it's also fixed because you have your fixated way of doing it. You have your fixated way of holding the camera. You have your fixated way of, talking about what you're talking about at the same time of you recording. You have your fixated way of whatever, but then there's also a lot of mutable shit going on around you. There's people walking in different directions. There's people having different ideas and different things that they thinking, different things on their mind. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, I feel like it is a good combination of both, just like the fixed and mutable aspects, where you like fixate it in your own way of thinking and you fixate it in what you got on your mind, you know what I'm saying? And what my focus is, my focus is to get this video, focus on my surroundings, think about the specific alignments, honoring Jean-Michel Basquiat and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot of birds up here. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be fearful of birds or annoyed by birds, which it can be very easy. Ooh, they're flying over my head, which can be easy for me to do. But, I'm choosing to think in a new way, choosing to move in a new way, where it's like I see an imaginatory aspect towards whatever the birds might be doing. So, like, if you feel frustrated about something, and you don't want to be frustrated about that thing anymore, just choose to see it in a new way. Or if you have fear or you might be scared about certain things. Just choose to see those things in a new way, right? So you can see the birds as, spirits and bodies, and they traveling, and they not even worried or thinking about anybody else. They just going with the vibration of what feels comfortable or is usually in a part of their routine or whatever. Or they not even fucking spirits and bodies at all. They not nothing like that. They don't got thoughts and ideas and feelings and anything, and they all really just cameras. You know what I'm saying? Like, however you want to think about it, but don't just be thinking like these birds is like trying to attack you, or these birds is trying to shit on you, or these birds is like purposely trying to get close to you. Like, that's like, don't be flunked out in La La Land. That's another Pisces aspect. That's another Pisces aspect of just like being in La La Land, being imaginatory, being in Never Never Land. And sometimes it can be easy not knowing, like, it can be easy not knowing the difference between like you having a conversation with yourself and you talking to other people. That's another Aquarius and Pisces cusp aspect, where it's like you might be talking to people, but sometimes you really don't know the difference between you like talking to yourself, and if you really like you might forget that, like, oh shit, like I'm actually having a conversation, I'm actually talking to somebody else right now. Like, and that comes with any air, water, cusp, just in general. But I know his is somewhere over here. I'm trying to see. Oh, here it go. Is that it? Maybe. I feel like it looked different before. That could be it. Here goes some. Rest in peace, same old. And this looks fairly recent, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, that's how you know that, like, he just like had a major influence on people, like a major influence on the community. Rest in peace, same old. Here's some more, you know what I'm saying? And at this university right here, they got a whole art department as well, so I'm pretty sure at the school, they got some same old related stuff. But yeah, so that's my video for today, for this morning, for this specific time. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. Thank y'all so much for listening. I know this video was all over the place, but even if I wasn't talking about them specific alignments specifically at a particular moment, the whole vibe of the video was meant to represent Sun and Capricorn and Pisces, Aquarius cusp, which is the creative cloud cusp. Creative cloud cusp, you see nothing but creativity in this whole video. You see creativity on the walls, and you know that Capricorn is fixed. Not fixed, but Capricorn is cardinal, I think. But anyway, I'm talking about the practicality aspect when I say that. Capricorn is practical, is what I mean. That's what I'm trying to say. Can I say the word? Capricorn, cardinal, they too close. Capricorn is an earth sign. Capricorn is practical. Capricorn is earth. You know what I'm saying? And we've seen a lot of different colors of greens. We've seen the sun. You know what I'm saying? We see different type of elements and different type of colors, and we see them being represented in many different ways. And so that's just what I wanted to. Ooh, look at this. I don't know if I've ever seen this before. And that's one thing too, when it comes to graffiti artists, when it comes to street artists, when it comes to artists that be outside, painters and all that stuff, it's like it takes a certain amount of courage. You know what I'm saying? When people are up there painting, when people are jumping up and getting on walls, like, you can't be scared and you can't be fearful as an artist. You know what I'm saying? You got to do what you're doing. You got to do it for you. You got to not give a fuck. Like, I have so much respect in my heart and so much love for artists, especially graffiti artists. You know what I'm saying? Especially graffiti artists. That's the art I resonate with the most. Graffiti art, and also just abstract art in general. And that's just because of like boxes for me to say those words to describe it. But it's just really free art. It's just being free. You know, and that's a word too, free. But, you know, before it even gets to words, again, like I've talked about before it even gets to the words, like, this is so beautiful to me. Like, this is so beautiful. And, you know, that's just the way I see it. That's the way that my mind is. My creativity. This is beautiful right here too, you know. I just wonder, like, did he ever come out here and and like for a visit, like for a trip or something? Like, I'm gonna do some research on that and I'm gonna really see. But if you get this far in the video or any part of this video, and if you know, like did Samuel ever visit Puerto Rico? And if he did, where did he visit? And what part of Puerto Rico is his family from? And stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I really feel like it's the area I'm in right now. Like, where I've been living for this past, like, year and a half. Like, you know? It's just really, really beautiful and fucking amazing art. Like, everywhere. Like, even on the street poles. You know what I'm saying? Like, even on the little ticket card things, whatever. Like, it's everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, everywhere. Like, every little part and piece of the Piedras is art. Even on the damn sign. You know what I'm saying? So, don't let anybody, you know, talk shit or disrespect this area and look down on it and make it seem like it has to be done in a different way, or more stuff have to be done to it in order for it to be respected and honored and shit like that. It is so beautiful how it is right now. Like, when I say the art is literally everywhere, I really mean that. You know what I'm saying? Like, even on the walls, even on the gates, even on the schools, even, like I said, on the buildings, on the signs, on the streets, you know? But yeah, like I said, thank y'all for listening. I'm gonna probably do another video of me just like in the supermarket getting what the fuck I'm about to get. I think I'm gonna go to a supermarket that I don't usually go to, because that's just what I'm in the vibe of right now. So the supermarket I'm about to go to is Icono. I usually go to Plaza La Huiza. But today we're gonna go to Icono. And yeah, this is early morning video. Morning is about transformation. You know what I'm saying? It's a new day. Even though I haven't even been asleep yet. But, you know, that don't matter. I set my own sleep schedule. You know what I'm saying? And yeah.